Sophie Lee, do you want to share your testimony?
Yes.
All right, nice and loud.
All right, I'm Sophie. Some background on me for those that don't know me. I was raised in a Christian household that encouraged me to grow and explore my relationship with God from an early age. I knew and understood what Christ's sacrifice meant when I accepted him into my life when I was around 7. But after that, for many years of my childhood, I was stagnant in my relationship with God. I still enjoy doing all the things like church, youth group, and camp. Still, even through those, my relationship with God never progressed significantly. For the longest time, I believed it was because my life was boring and full of routine. I was under the impression the roadmap to grow a relationship with God culminated from some big moment in life that I had yet to experience. This created a lot of mixed feelings. On one hand, I desperately wanted something big to happen to be closer to God. I knew how life-giving it was to have a strong relationship with Him. But on the other hand, I had a deep-rooted feeling of fear. The routine monotony of life acted as a wall to all things unknown. And while I hated how boring it was, I at least knew what came next. When outside the wall of my routine and comfort zone, there's endless possibilities of what could happen. I was stuck in a catch-22 of faith growth. I believed I couldn't grow in faith until something big happened, but at the same time, I was too afraid to leave my comfort zone to experience new things. So I was left waiting for some tragedy to strike and force me into growth. We have all heard a story about how tragedy brought someone to God, and this was the type of testimony I was banking on being able to tell. But everyone's testimony is different, and I've learned that the Lord works through all things, and that includes a life full of fear and routine. To grow in my faith, I've had to stop idling in the boring monotony of life and give my fear to God and fully trust in His plan. 2 verses that I go to remind me of this are Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. As well as Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope for the future. They both speak on the control God has and how we don't have to fear what the future may hold if we are truly centered in Him. Fear prevented me from finally taking the step of baptism and solidifying my trust in His plan. I didn't think my testimony was good enough, but the Lord works through all things and further spoke this into my life. When I went to camp a few weeks ago, and heard our speaker say, you don't have to have an incredible testimony, just know what that's critical.
Yeah.